Hey guys, this is Chain77 here with the last pull of Brawl for round 3. First we got DRK with Lando T, Hydreigon, Suicune, Volcarona, Fortress, Florges, Vileplume, and Hitmontop. So nice and interesting last two mons picked there. I do believe Roserade was still on the board, but decided to go with Vileplume instead. Interesting. Would like to hear the reasoning behind that. Lando T is really nice though. Suicune, Fortress, nice sort of wall core there. Volcarona, yeah, Volcarona can definitely put in a lot of work if there are no hazards on the field, and I guess that's why he picked up Hitmontop, because, you know, like I said, Fortress being the only hazard remover when you have a Volcarona is dumb. Shouldn't happen. Lando T, Fortress, I'm not sure if Vileplume gets any form of hazards, but yeah, those are the probably likely hazard options anyway. Next we got Genius X with Celesteela, Taunty, Raikou, Starmie, Hippowdon, Mega Alakazam, Mimikyu, and Haxorus. So a few things weak to electric, but you know, Raikou resists, Hippowdon doesn't care about electric, and Haxorus also resists. So nice spread of speed at the top here. Really fast, these four here, and then we got these two sort of just under 100, and then Celesteela, Hippowdon rounding out the team. Not the greatest of hazards, just Hippowdon, and just Starmie for removal, but this team isn't too heavily hindered by hazards. Definitely would like hazards. I think Zam is a nice revenge killer. These two at the bottom are nice setup sweepers. You know, Torn and Raikou definitely can pivot into a breaker, but you know, this team kind of lacks a really hard-hitting breaker. Raikou, I guess, can fill that role if it was like Life Wall or Specs. Celesteela, I guess, could do that as well if it was, you know, Bandit or Specs as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Next we got Bacon Chest with Zygarde 50%, Mega Gardevoir, Zapdos, Heatran, Slowbro, Torn Eye, Virizion, and Frostlass. So nice start, I guess, and then kind of falls away, probably picking to fill some roles that he was looking at. But yeah, first five are definitely very solid. Slowbro and Heatran form a nice sort of wall core there. Mega Guard to break things. Zapdos just to use to pivot, and Zygarde just a nice setup sweeper. Also, I guess can be a breaker, but I don't know, it's a bit weak without a band. Heatran and Frostlass used for hazards, and you got Zapdos to remove them. Next we got Johnny GB with Mega Latios, Terrakion, Thundy T, Volcanion, Gliscor, Cresselia, Muck, and Klefki. So a lot of, you know, hard hitters at the top, and then a lot of fat down the bottom. Yeah, Mega Latios, Terrakion, Thundy T, Volcanion, just massive, huge wall breakers. Thundy T, Terrakion can be double dance, and that's pretty scary. Mega Latios, Gliscor, Cresselia, Muck, Klefki can all be used as walls as well. A lot of them get reliable recovery. Klefki, I guess, is there just to throw in a fairy and a steel type, but also provides hazards, which is really nice for his wall breakers. Puts things in, I guess, 2 hit KO range. where they previously were 3-hit KOs, so that's pretty cool. Gliscor used as rocks as well. Defogging options aren't awesome, just Mega Latios, and Gliscor doesn't really count unless you're really desperate. Next we've got Lu with Jirachi, Arzu, Crobat, Mega Ampharos, Diggersby, Dhelmise, Mienshao, and Salazzle. So Mega Ampharos round 4 is pretty interesting. And Jirachi, Arzu, Ampharos, however, do form a very solid Dragon Fairy Steel Core. Fairly on the little bit of a slow side until he sort of picks up those last 2 mons, which sort of brings that speed back up into an acceptable range, I guess. But you know, between Jirachi and Diggersby, there's a lot of mons that slot in there, and then Diggersby down to like Azure or so. Speed up top, and then just huge speed gaps, I guess. Just allowing Lu's opponents to punish him a little bit. Also, the lack of recovery on his walls, like Ampharos and Dhelmise, might be crippling, but hopefully Jirachi can possibly wish them up. But yeah, I do see more offensive builds from Lu against, because it's just this team just looks more geared to that way, I guess. But his lack of hazards definitely doesn't help him too much in that regard. Just Jirachi and Diggersby for the spikes and rocks. Next we got Ace with another Sand team. Excadrill, Mega Pinsir, Tita, Sylveon, Crawdon, Decidueye, Kommo-o, and Talonflame. So we got Drill plus Mega Pinsir to take care of the grass and bug types. I guess they could, Mega Pinsir could also take care of psychic types, but you know, you got Tita and Crawdon for that as well. Sylveon just takes on some of the dragons that might come, just be able to be a nice wish support to Tita possibly. Decidueye is the ground resist. This team is pretty weak to like Zygarde. I can see it putting a lot of work without if you know, Decidueye was not there. And then Kommo-o and Talonflame as the last 2 picks. Talonflame, yeah, like I said earlier, flying, fighting, stabs is really good, really good. Definitely hard to find switch-ins, but we'll definitely need to be able to keep the hazards off, which is why Decidueye is really nice as well, to be able to remove hazards, to I guess relieve that duty from Excadrill, and just have Drill there as a sweeper. Rocks options, Drill, Pinsir, and Tita, so not the best, but workable. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Ace goes. Next we got me. With Mega Lopunny, Togekiss, Latios, Nidoking, Metagross, Shaman, Sneasel, and Swampert. So not too bad a team, in my opinion. Pretty weak to like Zygarde and Weavile, until like I picked up, you know, Sneasel. But it's still pretty weak to Weavile. Weavile definitely can put a hurting on it. But I do have Mega Lopunny there to revenge Weavile, so hopefully he doesn't have, like, whoever I'm playing who has Weavile doesn't have too many Mega Lopunny checks. Otherwise, yeah, it will be a long, hard time prepping and playing. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the team. You know, it has solid rocks option solid. Defog options speed it's okay, it's passable. Probably prefer something in the 90s, I guess. If Peter King was, a couple speed points higher, that'd be a little better. But I got some nice priority there, and didn't really complete any core. But oh no, I got a Fairy Dragon Steel core. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, moving on to Dylan. Thunder Eye, Gengar, Mamoswine, Primarina, Mega Scizor, Darmanitan, Miltank, and Goodra. So pretty nice squad. Thunder Eye, Gengar, Mamo, yeah, really nice breakers. And with Darmanitan as well, yeah, a lot of good breakers. A lot of provides a lot of offensive pressure. And you got some pretty nice Mega Scizor support as well. Primarina, Miltank, Goodra, or resist or pseudo resist fire types. And then Darm, and I don't really see anything weak to fire apart from Mega Scizor. So that's pretty cool. It's built around Mega Scizor fairly nicely. It's not too bad. Might have trouble with opposing, I guess, ground types. Doesn't really have the greatest of switch-ins to ground types. He's probably going to have to predict around it fairly well with Thundy and with Scizor. I guess Miltank as well. But yeah, it's a solid squad. Hazards are lacking, but hazards are hazards. A lot of people seem to be lacking hazards. Next we got Frolls with Tapu Koko, Mega Medicham, Scolipede, Domfan, Jellicent, Swallow, Kyurem, and Levani. Fast-ish. Tapu Koko, Scolipede, Mega Medicham, I guess, is not too bad. Scolipede Speed Pass, another one we see, trying to Speed Pass into Mega Medicham to make it just a nightmare for the opponent. Domfan, I guess, there to spin, but I think more there to just soak up some electric attacks. Not a lot of resists outside of Tapu Koko and Kyurem. I guess Levani is resist, but Levani is ass. Swallow is really cool. It hits super hard, so hopefully Swallow will be able to break things to allow for a Mega Medicham or a Scolipede sweep perhaps, or potentially Mega Medicham can break those steals and rock types to help Swallow just be able to lock itself into Specs Boomburst and just destroy things. Pretty good squad. A nice webs at the end there to, I guess, help with Mega Medicham being broke. Next we got Troll Test with Tapu Fini, Tangrowth, Megazard Y, Dugtrio, Heliolisk, Serena, Arcanine, and Cobalion. So interesting Sun team, I guess. I guess he was trying to go for with Tangrowth to abuse the Sun. I guess Heliolisk with Solar Power also works. Arcanine seems pretty necessary to absorb possible fire attacks with Flash Fire. Dugtrio as well to trap and remove poison types for Tangrowth as well. Tapu Fini, is there just because it's there. Helps with fire types and keeping rocks off the field for Zard Y. Serena also gets rapid spin, so can help on that front as well. Cobalion, I guess, is there to set up rocks, because having Dugtrio as your only rockers is not good. So yeah, Cobalion definitely offers that support to the team. Next we got Hat with Manaphy, Skarmory, Krookodile, Jolteon, Nihilego, Dragonite, Breloom, and Mega Absol. It's a fairly solid squad, fairly slow-ish squad outside of Jolteon and Nihilego. Actually, it's not too bad because he's picked up Mega Absol as well at the end. Dragonite, Banded Dragonite, E-Speed, I can see definitely putting in quite a bit of work with things like Skarmory, Nihilego, Krookodile setting up the hazards, Jolteon to wear things down with Volt Switch, pivoting. Breloom can put things to sleep to give Dragonite just free setup opportunities, as well as clean things up with Mark Punch itself. Absol. Absol's really powerful, very strong mon, and Manaphy, well, we all know what Manaphy could do. Tail Glow, but it can also be defensive. It can be used as a pivot, I guess, with U-turn. Not something we see a lot, but yeah, can be definitely used to help get Dragonite in for free. Next we got Furfrou with Mew, Mega Diancie, Serperior, Greninja, Scizor, Rotom Wash, Alola Marowak, and Staraptor. So, yeah, pretty cool team, pretty fast as well. Starting out with the Mew and then going up, and then Staraptor as well, so not too bad. A bit of a gap then between Staraptor, Rotom Wash, and then Scizor, then Marowak. Hazard options are solid, got a few of them. Defog as well, fairly solid. Dual water types is interesting, but his team's not too weak to grass. You got Scizor to Quad Resist, Marowak, Staraptor Superior All Resist, so not too bad. Electric Spam, I guess that's why he took Alola Marowak to stop him from getting dunked on by electric types, because he hasn't picked up a ground type. Possibly could have with the last pick, but I guess he felt Alola Marowak being the electric immunity was enough. We'll see how that goes. Alola Marowak's very slow and pressured, but I'm sure he can play around it. I'm sure he has plans to play around it, and I'm sure he will. Next we got Gypsy. With Weavile, Clefable, Latias, Nidoqueen, Celebi, Mega Glade, Toxapex, and Porygon 2. So triple Psychic, fat, a lot of fat, so much fat, and Weavile. I guess Weavile is there to clean up, but his team is, although it's fat, like with Toxapex and Porygon 2 at the bottom there, his team can also be quite offensive. Latias, Nidoqueen, Celebi, Mega Glade all have very good offensive capabilities. Clefable also to a certain extent if you want to run like the Life Orb Magikarp set. But the wall core of Clefable, P2 and Toxapex is definitely a hard one to break. Porygon 2 is also really nice because of all the possible ghost spam that an opponent can bring, and just P2 just switches into those so easily, recovers off the damage. Clef and Celebi, I guess Mega Glade as well, add nice cleric options, just so that P2 doesn't get worn down. But he does have a few toxic switch-ins in Nidoqueen, Celebi, Toxapex, and Magic Guard or Fable. So yeah, all in all, a really annoying draft to prep for. I can foresee having to pack both the wall breakers and having to account for his offense. So yeah, typically a good team, and yeah, I expect Gypsy to go far just because he's good. Next we got K-Crick 12 with Zardex, Tapu, Melodic, Mandibuzz, Zygarde, Set, Buzzwole, Registeel, and Snorlax. So two really good breakers in Zardex, Bulu, Buzzwole as well is a really nice breaker, and then Zygarde to sweep, to clean up, I guess. And then a really fat wall core of Melodic, Mandibuzz, Registeel, and Snorlax. I can see fighting types possibly giving this team an issue. Tapu Bulu being the only resist is, I guess, Buzzwole does resist as well. And Buzzwole can definitely be run defensive with access to Roost. So that is a possibility, but yeah, its low special defense stat could hinder it. But yeah, hazards looks like it's just Registeel, and removal it's just Mandibuzz and I guess Zardex, which is a little bit problematic considering you have a Zard to start with. But hopefully, Crick can play around that. And do quite well. Next we got Farty 66 with Chomp, Victini, Keldeo, Mega Venusaur, Galvantula, Tentacruel, Bisharp, and Uxie. So looked pretty threatening at the beginning there with Garchomp, Victini, Keldeo, and Mega Venusaur, and then kind of fell away towards the back end here. Not the biggest fan of Bisharp, Uxie. Galvantula is okay to an extent. Tentacruel is, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Tentacruel either. But yeah, it does give him the spinning option for Victini, which he definitely needs, as well as T-Spikes. Chomp and Bisharp, Uxie as the rockers, which is very solid. Uxie being a very really good wall, but a little bit passive and also lacks recovery, so possibly could have picked up another Psychic type that had recovery and that was slightly less passive, but I'm sure he liked the rocking ability, or the ability to set up rocks with Uxie. Keldeo, nice wall breaker, hopefully breaks those mons for Victini. Victini typically struggles with bulky psychics, so Bisharp definitely comes in handy there. Keldeo to take care of those bulky fire types, stuff like Arcanine. Yeah, Keldeo can blow back. Garchomp as well can deal with them with a nice powerful EQ. And lastly, we have Opposite, my man Opposite with Fernape, Altaria, Mega Altaria, Necrozma, Salamence, Kartana, Savali, Seismitoad, and Bronzong. So picked up some nice solid rockers towards the end there, and Infernape to start, Defog. I guess Necrozma also has rocks, so it's very solid on that front. I guess Defog's confined to Mence and Altaria. But it's not too hazards weak, I guess, aside from Mence. A few things on the ground, so maybe T-Spikes as well might be a bit of an issue. Savali, he uses Savali very well, so he always seems to bring the right Savali set. So yeah, definitely interested to see if he continues with that on that trend. I'm sure he will. Yeah, eight makes a very nice breaker. Well, it's probably a better cleaner than it is a breaker. Yeah, this team kind of lacks breaking ability, but possible that the likes of Mence and Mikael Tarek can set up and break in that sense. So yep, hope you guys enjoyed those 8 pools of analysis, 128 teams. We made it, we got through it, and yeah, I hope to see you guys next time.